My name is Curtis Ryan Woodside. I'm a documentary filmmaker. In 2015, I produced a film about the Vienna Boylesque Festival with Jacques Patriac. As a filmmaker, I love the old Hollywood burlesque style of the 1920s and 30s, with influences from the period inspiring many of my films, such as my short film Before the Magic Show. Join me as I take you deeper into the world of burlesque and boylesque at the 3rd annual Vienna Boylesque Festival, in one of the world's most colorful countries, Austria.
Spread a little happiness as you go by. Please try. What's the use of worrying and feeling blue when days are long? Keep on smiling through. Spread a little happiness till dreams come.
Hello. So myself and Giovanna over here, we are heading to Boylesque at the Stadtsaal.
Yeah.
And it should be a lot of fun. So
I'm really looking forward, Curtis.
yeah.
And you?
I'm really looking forward to it too.
Ciao, ci vediamo.
Into a real language like this. Yeah. Right? Thank you. My air conditioner.
Homosexual glaucoma. So let's just try something out here, shall we? Ladies, where are you? Gorgeous ladies, give me a shout. My wonderful ladies, give me a shout. Fantastic. All right. Gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, intersex, anyone who doesn't fit into the heteronormative binary socio-sexual matrix, give me an article on HuffPost now. Give me a shout. Ladies and gentlemen, the final one is straight men, where are you? Yeah! What's your name? It doesn't matter. I'm kidding. What's your name, my darling man? Eric. Maybe I'll be your Ariel. It's impossible. I look like fucking Ursula. Look at you, you beautiful man. I can't get down here to you. I can't. Catch me. You just clenched so hard. Just then I felt it. If you stood up, you would take the chair by the Lord back you. Give me your hand, darling man. It's okay. Have you been tested? You need to be now. On your phone, were you watching a show through your iPhone instead of your eyes, maybe?
Well,
give me the phone. This is what happens if you have your phone on at a live theatrical performance. Thank you, Eric. This is what a gentleman is.
thank you, Eric.
Oh, I've broken the microphone. Maybe I can hear you. That's good training. Someone find this. Oh, this time. By the way, Conchita Wurst wanted to be here tonight, so she said.
Jacques Patriac was discovered by Viennese burlesque icon Kitty Willenbrook in 2010. Among his many accomplishments, Jacques was invited as the first male performer to Dr. Sketchy's anti-art school in Salzburg in 2011. Then in 2012, he co-hosted Kitty Willenbrook's late-night show Salon Kitty TV. He then qualified as the first and only continental European for the second annual Boylesque Festival in New York. Soon after that, he participated in the third International Burlesque Festival in Stockholm, Sweden.
In 2014, Jacques founded and produced the first annual Vienna Boylesque Festival, which presents the cream of the crop of the art in Vienna and celebrates 2 days of not only burlesque, but Boylesque, vaudeville, artistry, and everything in between. Can you tell us what the idea was behind founding the festival?
Basically, the idea behind founding the festival in Vienna was that I was lucky enough to travel to the States, where the New York Boylesque Festival is now held for the 4th time.
Okay.
And that really had an impact on me. And there I met all those lovely boys. And I always had a big passion for burlesque and for the whole cabaret scene in general. So that was the one part of it, and the second part was that nobody in Austria or Vienna was like, or had the balls to like do something crazy like this. Because in Austria, I mean, you know, we're friendly people, but at the end of the day, we're quite conservative sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Which I will always fight for, that people know that we're all the same, and everybody has a right to live on this planet, and everybody has a right to show his art the way he loves it. And they really want to, and it's not about the gender, it should be about the artist. That's the whole
talent.
package, the talent. And that's the whole deal of my festival.
We have just come out of the first night of Boylesque. It was absolutely amazing and so great seeing all of the female performers and all the drag queens and everybody again. And yeah, can't wait for Friday night. See you.
I'm flying high, but I've got a feeling I'm falling for nobody else but you. You caught my eye, and I've got a feeling I'm falling.
So his talent is so multifaceted, exactly like a diamond. Please put your hands together and welcome to the stage, Chris Harder!
A performer this year, he was also here last year. His name is Chris Harder, and where are you from again?
I'm from New York.
New York.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a lot of New York performers here this year.
There are, yeah. I think there's at least 3 or 4 of us. It's my second year doing the festival. I met Jacques Patriac 3 years ago in New York, and we just kind of stayed in contact, and he's been great about bringing really a mesh of people from all over the States and the world. And luckily, he's drawn a lot of the talent from New York too, so that's always really fun.
You've got like an apprentice.
I heard. Oh, well, one of the performers on Wednesday night, Johnny Panic, was one of my students from 2 years ago. I used to teach a Boylesque 101 class, and it was an introductory 6-week class about Boylesque and telling a story through striptease and creating numbers. And Johnny sincerely is a fantastic performer, and it's been amazing just watching him grow and develop his own spin on Boylesque for himself.
How did you get started in all of
This, like taking my clothes off professionally?
Yeah.
Complete accident. This is what happens when you get a theater degree. I moved to New York to be a serious actor, and after about a year of trying to do that, well, I did children's theater for a brief moment, and then
you went from doing children's theater to doing... Okay.
Yeah,
It's quite interesting. I am here on the stage where the performers will be performing this year for Boylesque. and this theater is absolutely incredible.
It's the power of the breath. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second annual Vienna Boylesque Festival! I am so excited to be here. And prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. And I just want to reassure you that you're absolutely in the right place. You should be here. If you're a little nervous, you're not sure what's going to happen, it's okay. We already know that you're a pervert. Just say it. Pervert. Better, right? You just feel comfortable and at home. You don't have to worry about it. If you're still worried, it means you're a closet pervert. Say that. Closet pervert. And I'm going to invite you to come out tonight. It's going to be fantastic. Boylesque. Boylesque. Right? I've been in burlesque for 18 years. I know, it's incredible. 18 years I've been doing burlesque. I started when I was 9. A size 9. No, but yeah, that long I've been doing burlesque. I'm so excited about this rising up of the boys in the scene, if you will, the men in the scene. People ask me sometimes, Bob, what do you think of Boylesque? And I say, you know, after 18 years of burlesque, it's really nice that dessert has finally arrived. Please, a round of applause for Waxy Moon. Lana Red Star. Of course, the producer of the festival, thank you so much, Chuck. Gorgeous, see my king right there.
between me and you. How can you just leave me standing alone in a world that's so cold? Maybe I'm just too demanding. Maybe I'm just like my father, too bold. Maybe I'm just like my mother. She's never satisfied. Why do we scream at each other? This is what it sounds like when doves cry. Touch, if you will, my stomach. Feel how it trembles inside. You've got the butterflies all tied up. Don't make me chase you, even doves have pride. How can you just leave me standing alone in a world that's so cold?
Calling you.
In 2014, he won the title of Mr. Exotic World. I am so proud to bring him out for you right now. He is a Boylesque star of epic proportions. Please welcome to the stage your dream.
Yeah, no, so tall. So I am now with the wonderfully tall Mr. Gorgeous. How you got started in Boylesque, and what was it about this environment that attracted you to it?
I first started as a circus performer, cabaret performer, and then quickly kind of found interest in burlesque and working a character and striptease in general. So I started, working in the circus business, and then it kind of transitioned into burlesque.
What was it about working in this industry that attracted you?
Well, originally I wasn't like dying to do it. It was something that I kind of fell in love with after I had started it. I'm not too sure what it is. I think the variety and the wide range of what is burlesque or boylesque was really exciting. I felt that I didn't have to fit into a box, so I can explore whatever I'm interested in and include circus or not, or comedy or not, or being naked or not. Yeah.
How tall are you?
Without the hooker boots, I'm 6 feet 5 inches.
Do you find that to be something that helps you with performing, or?
I think it's easier for people to notice me when I walk into a room, just because of my physical size. But I also do a lot of acts where I actually play with using a smaller prop or a larger prop to kind of accent how large I am. So it's fun.
This is your second time here at Boylesque?
This is my third.
The third time?
Third year and my 5th time in Vienna.
Fifth time in Vienna?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And apart from obviously here in Vienna at Boylesque, where do you like performing? What is a place that really stands out for you?
My hometown is New York, so that's kind of home for me. And
it's always nice to go back, but at the same time, having the opportunity to really travel the world and perform has been a nice gift, something really exciting. But New York is home, and I will always love performing in New York.
And do you have a special ritual or anything that you do before you go on stage? Or?
No, I smile a lot, I joke a lot. I take what I do very seriously, but I also have fun. If it's not fun, I'm not going to do it. So, yeah, just have a good time.
Well, good luck for the show.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see you out.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Bye.
So the
So this is Bob.
World famous Bob.
World famous Bob. How did you get involved in Boylesque and doing this festival?
I started doing burlesque 20 years ago, and just in New York City, Tigger was a big part of the burlesque scene starting, the neo-burlesque scene. People would see Tigger and they would think, oh, I kind of want to do that. And so more and more burlesque performers came about, and I've been hosting festivals for about 9 years. So it was just a natural evolution that I would end up where all the boys are.
What was it about burlesque that attracted you to start getting involved?
I actually started in 1995, 96, so there wasn't a burlesque scene. I was a performance artist and I did acts that were topless. And I was at the Cock, which was a gay bar in the East Village, Avenue A and 12th Street. And I was mixing a martini in my cleavage, and this gay guy came up to me and he was like, oh, I love your burlesque. And I was like, what's burlesque? And he looked at me and he rolled his eyes. He was like, go look it up. So I did. I went to the library, because 20 years ago, no computer, no Google. So I went to the library and looked it up, and that's when I fell in love. And I decided to devote, obviously, at least the next 20 years of my life to it.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And out of everything that's happened, has there been one moment on stage that you kind of go, oh my god, that was so embarrassing? Or?
No, I think of failure as the way to succeed, because if you don't try, you can never become really great. In order to be a great performer, you have to be willing to fail. You have to be willing to take chances, and they don't always work out. So I don't really see it as I mean, of course you want things to go right, but I haven't had one dramatic moment where it felt like Carrie at the prom. Like, that's never happened to me. Because I recognize that you have to, not everyone can be a performer, because not everyone can take the chances and the risk of it not going well. And especially with hosting, you have to really be cool. You have to be cool with sucking for a while. Each and every year, the first weekend in June in Las Vegas, Nevada, I host the Living Legends Tidings of Teas Showcase. It's a 4-hour show, 600-seat theater. Everyone in the show is 65 years or older. And they're the legends of burlesque, and they strip to pace.
All these 65-year-olds.
92. Jean Idell, Sepia Tone Sally Rand, down to pace fans. So not only is it living history, but we actually get to watch as these beautiful men and women backstage. They're kind of, older. And then when the curtain opens,
they just explode.
They just step into the 20-year-old ghosts of themselves. That's really, really a fantastic opportunity. It's rare.
And your wigs, obviously we know you love different wigs.
I do.
What is your favorite style of wig, and what is your favorite color?
I'm a blonde, true and true, and my favorite style is anything that Dolly Parton would wear.
Correct.
Yeah. And Perfidia does all my wigs in New York City. David Quinn does my gowns.
Which are amazing.
Thank you.
I can check myself in the mirror. It's amazing.
This is my protection. If somebody tries to motorboat me, their face gets cut.
That's a good idea, because everybody wants to get in there.
I think somebody's still in there. Help!
I think so too. That was time for the after party.
Yes, we're going to the after party! Woo!
Bye.
Thank you, sweetheart.